Hey, what up, y'all? It's your favorite chica, Frankie Red. Welcome to another episode of the One-on-One Talk Show. Today's very special guest is...
Hold up, man. Slow down. This is not your talk show today. It's the One-on-One Talk Show with Phoenix TV with your boy Slim City Live, and you're my guest. All right? I'm your host.
Gotcha.
You're my guest. All right? Don't get it twisted, man. What's up, Frankie? Welcome.
Thank you. It's interesting to be on this side, I will say. I'm used to doing the interview.
The host is on this? Okay.
Well, when I say this side, I mean like literally being interviewed.
The guest. Okay,
yeah.
The interviewee. Okay, that's what's up, man. How you been?
I'm great. I can't complain. I've been really involved in education lately and still doing media, still doing my gigs. So I'm
teaching motherfuckers how to... Teaching these niggas how to read? Too late.
Absolutely. I mean, I work with the youth, so I'm a success
coach. What age?
So I work with 6th through 8th grade specifically, and then I also mentor high school students.
Hold on. What success issues are 6th to 8th grade? They just horny.
No, yeah. They have a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of behavioral issues. It's a lot of...
they balls drop. They period coming.
Yeah. You know, you're growing. You're feeling feelings. You know, you want to smoke. You want to drink. You want to grow up too fast.
Whoa. Hold on.
Yeah.
What schools are we talking about? Because I had none of those. At Nova High School, where we do the right thing.
Yeah, right.
I had none of those aspirations.
Whatever. No, so I'm actually, I'm from East Miramar. A lot of people don't know that about me. East Side. What's up?
So you went to...
I'm at AC Perry, actually. My students are from AC Perry. It used
right
to
over
be
you?
HD Perry for all my OGs, but that got shut down. So now it's AC Perry. Annabelle C. Perry.
Okay, I think is that right over the bridge on 68?
Yeah, so when you
by
go...
the Publix.
Yes, on Miramar Parkway.
Yeah, my cousin used to teach there. Shout out my cousin, Dr. Renee Hilaire.
Oh, dope. So I'm not actually at the school. I'm at the Miramar Enrichment Youth Center across the street, but all of our students come from AC Perry.
Oh, okay. That's what's up now.
I've been loving that.
So what is that like? Give me a day in the life of that. Just how are you, or what do you think is the biggest issue those kids are like facing that you have to intervene in? Is it more like, hey, I'm giving you life experiences, or is it more like... Because I can't even imagine middle school. Middle school is like the worst.
That's a really good question, Slim, because it's a little bit of both, right? Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of, yes, giving them a lot of guidance. I would say that's the main thing that they need. But it's also giving them different types of experiences for them to kind of expand their knowledge. So me as a poet, as a host, as a media personality, I'm teaching them all the parts of me. So I teach them creative writing. You know what I'm saying? I teach them how to host and curate an event. I teach them, shout out to DJ SOS, who came out to my summer camp. You know, he was teaching my kids how to DJ. Okay. You know, I had my videography team, you know, shout out to the Content Factory, shout out to Phoenix, who sponsored a bunch of our games and products at summer camp. You know, they're teaching them how to video edit. They're teaching them how to become video editors and filmmakers. So it's
helping
really
people find their passion.
Expanding on it. Say it again?
Helping kids find their passion.
Pretty much. And just letting them know that there's more to life than just football. Most of my kids are athletes. Yeah. You know, there's more to life than just taking over your dad's business, which is dope. Yeah. I love those kids because they have something to look forward to
our foundation.
But it's also like you can make your own path too.
Yeah, you know that's what's up. I mean, I'm a tradition kind of guy, so I mean, me wishing that I had something for my parents to kind of take over, especially when these days, I mean, you got a little restaurant, you could take it over from your old boy and hire somebody, catch your little salary out, and they're going to be good to go. You good, and you can also pursue your passion too, man. That's dope. Like, I always felt like, coming from Caribbean, that traditional teacher, lawyer, doctor, or you're a failure.
Right. You got to choose like the big boy career.
Or else you amount to nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope because, I mean, even me growing up, man, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
You got the height for it too?
Yeah, I thought I did, but I don't.
You're like shorter amongst basketball players?
Yeah, very.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
can you
like,
imagine? This guy's a freaking tree.
So you got to like you got to be realistic. And you know what I'm saying? The faster you're realistic and the better. You know, because a lot of those, my daughter, you know, she always wanted to start like a YouTube channel. I said, well, I have no problem pouring into this dream, but you're going to understand all aspects of what it takes to make this.
It's not just putting out content.
Exactly.
It's a business.
So even you know, having a video team and having a content creator team, she might feel like, you know what, I really don't like being in the camera. I like creating the magic behind
the
exactly
camera. Right.
Find your passion. Because I do like, I mean, when I went to Connect School of Broadcasting, I did like working in the control room. I did love being in front of the camera, but I love all of it, and I respect those people behind the camera a lot more because
For sure. It's a lot of work.
Baby, that editing.
Shout out to the ball guy. You know
Hey,
who I'm talking to.
the editing alone of what they go through, you know what I'm saying, is ridiculous. And that's why I tell people all the time. But when I see these people, I'm like, when I have, especially if I have some creative stuff that I'm making and I don't have a real timetable, I let creatives be creatives.
That's the
You know
best
what I'm
thing.
saying? That's what I tell.
That's what we want. You know what I mean? So it's like when a creative gets to be creative, that's when our best work comes out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really kind of love this whole career and pathway that I took. A few days ago, I actually just became a teen outreach certified, which basically means I could teach like this really dope, fun curriculum that has to do with leadership, civics, community service, and I could teach it around the country.
So is that something you get through your school board, or is it?
Well, so we're a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
Community Access Center is a nonprofit, and also Positivity Pays, which is my nonprofit that I serve as a director for. So that's how I was introduced to the organization. I started as a creative writing teacher. Then the company had an opening for a success coach, and I had been working with them for 5 years already. The kids really love my program. I actually kept getting, every year you have to reapply for the grant to get in the program. Money, Right. So I kept reapplying every year, but it's not really an application. It's more like if they call you. But I always told them I'm available. So for 5 years in a row, they booked me to come out and teach spoken word and poetry. Then I expanded and did a concept called Positivity Plays. The L is for learning. So I was playing a series of like real board games, but I would put like my own Frankie Red twist on them and teach them like life lessons through it, teach them about financial literacy with Monopoly or stocks with Monopoly Empire. I would teach them about real estate with Barbie, Monopoly. So
I always wish
stuff like that
would have been in our curriculum. Like
what? You would have loved it. And the kids love it.
Yeah,
I ain't even saying it because I invented it. They really did.
I distinctly remember Mr. Brennan, my 7th grade social studies teacher.
Oh, wow.
He did it was social and history, I think, but he threw in the stock market. And we learned how to trade stocks. Like he'll give you some imaginary money, you pick your stocks in that newspaper, and then you go from there and you got to watch your stock make money or go down. So that was, and I never had that ever in my life. So that was my first introduction into financial literacy.
Wow.
So shout out to Mr. Brennan, man, back in the day.
Those things stay with you as a kid. That's why I think being a teacher and being an educator, period, because I'm not a traditional 9 to 5, not 9 to 5, but y'all know what I mean, like 7 to 3, school teacher. I'm in the after school world. And I am a product of after school. I was in the YMCA. I was in all the different aftercares that my schools provided. Boys and Girls Club. I was in PAL. I did the kickball team, the flag football team. So being involved in activities and extracurriculars for me was my outlet from my reality. Yeah,
and that showed you, and that gave you like an incredible outlet. And that gave you, you'll never forget those days, because God knows, I always remember when I see kids home not doing, I'd be like, bro, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I was dead tired. School, then Boys and Girls Club, tutoring, and then football practice. Like, bruh.
But see, at our program, we try to give them everything so they don't have to leave. You know what I'm saying? So they have like an hour of sports. They have another hour of academics, another hour with a tutor for free. Our program's free too. That's a big advantage that we have. A lot of these parents, they can't afford after school and they can't afford the fees that come with that. So it's just really good. Like not only to be in my city, but teaching these kids what I do. I don't have to stop what I do as a media personality, as a poet, as a creative entrepreneur. I can still do that after school, because after school ends at 6 o'clock. And for an MC, this very well, our life begins after 10 p.m., so it doesn't conflict. It does, I have to wake up early. Some stuff. Yeah, some stuff like the late nights or when you leave in the club at 4 or 5 a.m., that could get a little, but for the most part, it's manageable. I'm loving it. It's, I've been doing it now for about 5-6 months.
Okay, so let me ask you an off-topic question. So when you have those late nights to those early mornings, what is your go-to beverage in the morning?
Orange juice.
Orange juice? That's it. You don't do coffee?
No. I mean, I like Celsius. Shout out to Celsius. I have a Celsius right here, actually. Celsius is like my new Red Bull because I love Red Bull. I love Red Bull, but Celsius is so much more yummy.
I feel it's like refreshing. When I was, and I got like bad acid reflux, so I take the non-carbonated. I feel like that one tastes, I tasted it once and it's like,
Like if
No,
your
it
lick is
doesn't
missing-
hit. It doesn't hit.
Yeah, it's missing
It doesn't hit.
The
It doesn't
sizzle,
hit.
razzle dazzle.
Nah, it does not hit. I agree. It does not hit like the sparkling.
Yeah.
Boy, you know, I have to be an adult.
Yeah, I feel you. You're like, you have to be responsible.
I gotta be responsible. I'm not dealing with all this.
I'm not as good as you. I'm like
I'm not
lactose intolerant, and I still eat cheese. So
Man.
it's like,
no, me
you gotta
too.
know.
But I can't. The other day I was at Shake Shack and I had a milkshake. Oh man, I couldn't tell you the last time I had milk.
I can't look. I don't even
suffered.
want to think about that, bro.
I suffered. You know
Whenever
what
I
I'm
see a
saying?
milkshake or a McFlurry, I'd be like, I can't have you, bro. I can't.
No, I don't mind. Like if I got nothing. If I'm gonna be home the next day by myself,
That's it.
I don't
He's going
care.
on a cleanse.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really. I ain't really too much tripping. But my go-to morning is like Dunkin' Donuts, medium hot latte, oat milk, buttered pecan, or whatever flavor they got going on, and that kind of like. That really holds me down. That holds me down for a good minute.
I'm not a big McDonald's girl because I'm a pescatarian. I do like their fish fillet though, but like in the morning, like if I leave the club, I know breakfast is always available, and I love McDonald's breakfast. So I always get. I believe it's a number 9. I'm vegetarian, so I say pescatarian. I take out the meat, so I tell them to put the bacon on the side. I give it to my puppy. I know y'all can't see her, but she's literally sitting right here. Like this is like totally blocking glitter. But I give her the bacon, and then I ask for tomatoes in it. So I like the breakfast sauce, the egg, the tomato on the bagel with the hash brown, and I slip the hash brown in there like a whole, and then I put like syrup on it. That's like my pick-me-up meal. Like that's like my,
I'm going to sleep.
This drunk or this not drunk, but this hangover is about to be done.
Okay, yeah, I do the
with an orange juice.
I do this little what's that country? A Venezuelan spot by my house. I get the breakfast sandwich, but I add mayonnaise and tomato.
That's dope. Yeah, tomatoes.
Come on, I love tomatoes.
So many people be like, tomatoes.
Nah, tomatoes
y'all
is
weird.
nah, tripping.
Y'all big weird tomatoes.
All right, so we know the lifestyle that we chose. I always tell people I didn't choose this life. This life chose me.
Absolutely.
Like what was that moment for you where you were just like, media, non-traditional, really betting on yourself every day?
Yeah. I love that question because it was something I prepared for educationally. Like I have, my bachelor's in communications and I pursued radio and TV broadcasting at Broward College, transferred to FIU. And then I knew I wanted to work in media, but at the time, and this was actually when I was at FIU, I actually never even finished my bachelor's. I just said my bachelor's, like I actually got it, but I'm a few credits away from finishing. But I stopped going to school because I started to do all the things I wanted without the degree.
Yeah, same
here.
Same
I realized that only like major brands and companies were what were requiring the bachelor's, but what they really cared about was experience. So I said, let me focus on the experience because this degree, people kind of walk all over it. You know what I'm saying? So I started to just, I actually started as a poet. I was doing shows, which I still do, just doing my spoken word, and people loved my personality when I would get on stage because I would continue my own introduction in a way. Like I'm very, what's that word? I'm a people person. Yeah. So I would like kind of work the crowd before I even started my poem and then work the crowd when I finished. And people saw that and it stood out. And so the very first person, actually, shout out to Nico, DJ SOS, who I just mentioned earlier, who gave me my first shot. He saw me do an amazing job at a spoken word poetry event that I did. And he told me, hey, I have a platform at Big Radio Online. Shout out to them. And, I'm starting a new radio show and I would love for you to be my host or co-host.
Come on, let's figure it out.
And I was like, okay, I'll I'll see. And I already knew and have experience from working in like, college radio and doing broadcasting and like YouTube videos at the college level. So I was like, let me bite the bullet. And it just kind of took off from there. I had a lot of people tuned into the show. I was the only Hispanic on the platform. It was all Jamaicans, 100% Jamaicans.
Big Radio. Yeah, I know Big Radio.
Yeah, like it was nobody there looked like me. Nobody sounded like me. Yeah. And I think that's what kind of made me stand out. I've always been myself. I never had to pretend
but that's where people book you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all have our styles of hosting and emceeing or whatever it is, but you got to remember, people book you for who you are.
Absolutely.
And of course, there's certain times and certain contracts you get where you got to tone it down.
Right.
And this one, you got to really turn it up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to really have that conversation, you got
to have range. I think that's one of the
range is very important.
Things.
And then you got to have the conversation exactly with the client line. I said, look, do you want me to take this to a whole nother level? Or do you want me to be
stay where
mellow?
you at? Yeah, because it's a difference. Like I could be, real hype, you know what I'm saying? Shake that ass, twerk some. Yeah. Or I could be like, I hope everybody's having a great time. If you're having a great time, say yeah. Something like that.
Yeah,
so
agree.
You got to know your audience. You got to know who you're dealing with. And I've hosted the spectrum. Like I've done strip clubs, all the way to brunches, all the way to private parties, all the way to funerals and church events. And, I even hosted like Mary, you know what I'm saying, one time. And just the range of experiences that I've had, seeing Kirk Franklin live, introducing him on stage, doing political events, doing community events. To me, it's just like, it's a blessing because I really can't say there hasn't been something I haven't done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I love that for me.
I always remember my first concert. It was just unbelievable experience. I can't believe I'm on this stage and there's 40,000.
Like hosting a stage.
Yeah.
That was you feel an energy on that stage.
Yeah. What do you think is your greatest moment in media per se?
Wow. My greatest moment in media, I think I have two. One of them, or maybe both. Yeah, I would say both of them are pinned actually on my Instagram, so check those out. But one was, shout out to Too Hot Radio, who's based in Atlanta. I also used to work at that radio station for 2-3 years. They actually had Charlamagne the God, who is my super goals. Give me a personal shout out. They sent in a sound bite of my show, and he loved it, and he sent a video.
Peace to the planet, Charlamagne the God here. Got to salute to Frankie Red from Too Hot Radio. Salute to Too Hot Radio. Frankie, you are at Too Hot Radio, and y'all are doing y'all thing on Too Hot Radio, building your own platform. So I have nothing but love for y'all, and I want everybody to go check them out every Saturday on Social Saturdays to go get some of that positive energy, man. Only on the Too Hot Radio party app, all right? Frankie Red, peace.
Social Saturdays, okay. And even though that was something that was he gave me a shout out, Frankie Red, Too Hot Radio, Social Saturdays. He spoke about my show. He spoke about how he loved it. To me, that meant a lot because I love Charlamagne. So just to hear him say my name, felt so good. So that would say at least a social media type of moment. That was one of them.
No, that's dope.
But I think my greatest, I love Charlamagne. I
got my book signed.
He could, oh my God.
Yeah.
Nobody could do no harm. Nobody could say nothing about Charlamagne around me.
I just like him the most because I just feel like he listens to both sides.
Yeah. And he's honest.
Yeah. So anybody that listen to online, and if you're not willing to listen to your best friend and your enemy just to get a proper perspective before you make a comment, I'll just be like, I can't even talk to you. Yeah, even when my homeboys or my homegirls come to me about the problem. So what? Okay, you're telling me your side, but I say, I'm going to give you my opinion based on what you told me, but I don't know that other person's point of view of this story that you're telling me. So it's hard to really...
You have to be unbiased to be in media. And I think that's why, just to directly answer your question, that was one moment in media, but the moment that stands out to me the most, or one of the best, is when I asked Jimmy Butler about his new dreads, you know what I'm saying, or his new hairdo, because he had extensions. Yeah. And he was denying it. And it was the first time any of my work has ever gone viral like that. I was at Miami Heat Media Day. I've never been to a Miami Heat Media Day in my life. Yeah. I'm 29 years old, you know what I'm saying? Or was that 29? 29 or 30, something like that. But I've never been in those rooms, and I didn't know what to ask because I'm not really, I like sports, but I don't really know about sports, which is interesting because I first went into this field trying to study sports journalism until I actually got involved in the major and realized it was kind of boring. It wasn't my style. So I kind of pulled out of it. But when I was in there, I kept thinking to myself, what am I going to ask? Who am I going to ask a question to? And I didn't know, I knew all the major players were coming because we had a schedule. So I said, I really have to ask Jimmy Butler, who's the star of the team right now, a dope question. So I'm listening to everybody else's questions. You scored this amount of points in the last season. What do you think your new average is going to be like now? Or, what are you looking forward to this season? Like everybody's asking the same question in 100 different ways. So I said, I need to be Frankie Red in this room. Yeah, Nobody even knows me.
I would not ask one sport question.
Nah, so I went straight into the hair. And I was just like, Jimmy Butler, you got this brand new hairdo. You obviously got extensions, you know what I'm saying? What do you think this look is going to do for you now that you got some weight on your head, on your skills, on and off the court? And his immediate response was like, I don't have any extensions. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't have any extensions. I don't know what you're talking about.
And the whole room just lit up and everybody was laughing. And that felt so good because then I asked Bam Adebayo a question and I was, again, myself because now I'm comfortable. So I'm like, Bam! Like when I first got on the mic and everyone didn't expect that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, Bam! With a name like that, you know, bro, like, why don't you start a brand? And he was like, you know what? I never thought about that. You know, da-da-da-da. And again, me being myself, I was like, call me. You know, just being funny.
I got you.
Because I got you, right? Like, I'm bringing you the question, so I'm bringing you the idea.
Yeah.
So I learned in that moment, you have to be bold and own the room. And I don't remember, do you remember, Phoenix, the name of the Heat announcer that gave me that compliment? Gosh, I forgot his name. Yes, shout out to Tony, yo. Like he pulled me aside, like, and spoke to me. Nah, it was Tony, yeah. And he was just like, yo, you are phenomenal. Well, obviously not yo, but he was like, you know, you are phenomenal. You have such a presence and such a personality. Never stop doing what you're doing. And he like did this to me. And I really took that because I don't know nothing in this room. I don't know nobody. I don't know sports.
Everything's really organic.
Yeah, so that felt amazing. I think even though it was a simple moment and a small moment, and you know, I didn't really get credit for the question because I didn't introduce myself. I was nervous, but I didn't hear anybody else introduce themselves or their platform, so I didn't do it. But I thought I should have said like Frankie Red from the Jeff Fox show, the Phoenix TV, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't hear no one else do it, so I didn't. But I think that's the only thing I regret was like not introducing myself, and it was my first time, so it could have been like better, so more people knew it was me that did it.
As long as you're getting in those rooms, and you know when you know if this season you're back in there, you know you're gonna be more. Of course, you're gonna get better every time you go in.
Right.
There, so.
And now it's like, oh, that's that girl that asked that question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that it just made me feel so good. I think that was one of my favorite moments.
That's what's up, man. Now, what about your best highlight with Phoenix TV?
There's a lot, but the main one I would say was my shout out to the Urban Film Festival. They are so amazing. I got to interview Romeo Miller on the red carpet, and
Matt's P son.
Yes,
okay,
and he was like my childhood crush forever, and he was so humble. He was such a person. It's like how we talking. And the reason that was one of the moments that stood out the most is because at the end of the interview, when I was wrapping up, he said, no, please, like, don't go. I don't want this to end. And as a media personality, you don't know how good that feels.
They're comfortable.
He didn't even want the rest of the flood. He had like maybe 20 other people lined up. I started it. Because the thing in media, you got to be aggressive. But you got to be aggressive with finesse. You can't be like, nah, I'm interviewing him. Like, it got to be like, actually, I'm up next, but you know, you could go right after me. You got to just know how to play your position and also be bold. And so I wanted to be the first person to interview him because you know how it go. So after 3 or 4 interviews, they might be tired and the rest of the line, they don't get any time. They don't care that you waited. You know what I'm saying? Or their management doesn't care that you waited, or whoever's in charge of the logistics. And so when I did that interview with Romeo, it just felt so good to hear him say he didn't want it to stop. And I was just like, this is truly my purpose. For real.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Anything you just want to tap into? Like, anything you got coming up in the very near future that we can look out for?
You'll still see me on the Phoenix TV. Shout out to the Hip Hop Roundtable. We have a lot of dope shows, a lot of dope episodes coming up. Red Light TV is definitely going on the up and up. It's something that I've been like on and off with. But, you know, I finally put some things together, put the right pieces in place to, you know, elevate the platform, interview some amazing guests. So I'm looking forward to Red Light TV. I think we're going to be, I don't know, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 6 years. You know what I'm saying? 7 now. And that feels good to say because it's something that I've been doing for so long and growing, but I know how to hold myself accountable. And it's not something that I've been consistent with. So that's definitely something that's changing. And
do you think that's one of the differences, be like kind of creating your own brand instead of like trying to work for like a bigger, more established media company?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to be... When you work for a company, they give you the deadlines. They give you the expectations. They give you your scope of work. When you create
they also
your own...
give you... Wait, hold on. We got to talk both sides, but they also give you the budget, the resources, the support, the team. Like, they give you all those other things too.
They do. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be ready to... decide like, do I want to go a corporate route or do I want to go like an entrepreneurial route? And for me, it was kind of easy to go an entrepreneurial route because I was already so involved in things in college and, you know, things like that. I've always just been an involved person in the community. So it kind of felt like I was already been doing this. But working for a brand or a company, again, you made all great points, but you don't have autonomy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have creative control. And those are things that you can sacrifice if you're willing to just build your brand and your name through a major platform just because of that. So I'm not knocking it. But when I saw that I was chasing those types of opportunities and they weren't hitting as fast, or they would call me, like, you know, shout out to iHeartMedia, Stitches. She contacts me for all type of projects. I always say yes. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like the follow-up of the support the other way around also has to be there. And that's not towards Stitches. That's just in general, like brands. And sometimes they can't even say yes to things you want them to be a part of because they need permission from the station.
Their hands are tied.
Right. You know, they need clearance. So it's like, do I want that for me? You know? And I think at some point in my life, I will, you know, reapply for those types of opportunities and pursue them. But for now and for the past like 5-6 years, I've been so successful on my own. Like, you know, Super Cindy knows who I am when she sees me. Papa Keith knows who I am, you know, when they see me.
Definitely.
Not because I'm in their office or in their station, but because I established Frankie Red.
Yeah, I agree. That's what's up.
Shout out to the Phoenix Mag because they're a big part of everything I've done. You know, I've been a part of this brand now for 7 years and it feels great. You know, it feels really great to be a part of something for so long, to grow with it, to have great ideas, you know, to bounce from with Phoenix. Even working in the magazine side of the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're the Phoenix TV, but we also have the Phoenix Mag, you know, and I've been able to tap into different markets, interview amazing people, DJ Epps, you know what I'm saying? Papa Keith.
Yeah, PK.
You know, there's so many amazing people and I would never take that for granted, you know what I'm saying? I love it.
That's what's up, man. Listen up, man. It's my girl, Frankie Red. Talent is top tier. You can literally go to any venue and you might see Frankie Red. Like, it's that serious. You know what I'm saying?
I run into you all the time. Too many times to count. I'll be like, yo, let me get on that mic. Let me get on that mic.
Go ahead, bro. Here. I'm gonna walk around for like 20 minutes.
Hold on.
I don't really like, and you know, I truly believe, like, don't get in nobody's way, because people that move like that, I just feel like I don't ever feel. I know there's people better than me. I know I'm better than other people, and I'm okay with that.
Shit, Slim.
I'm okay with that, but I never feel threatened. You know what I'm saying? Because Frankie is Frankie, Slim City is Slim City, Walshy Fire is Walshy Fire. Like, everybody has their own unique style.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like once you find your style, you're laying in who you want to be. Because I feel like when we first get into this stuff, we want to be like who our favorite is. I wanted it. Like, when I first started. I wanted to be like Walshy, Bobby Chin, Juxie Fire, Nasheen. I wanted to be like
Tell me
English
you're Jamaican
Fire.
without telling me.
You know, I wanted to be like these. I'm telling you, when I first started getting booked and they used to be on the same party as me, terrified. I would do my best to go first because I did not want to follow behind none of them.
You knew the pressure was on.
What? Man, I was terrified. I'm like, man, if we don't get on now, I'm not going up there. But, you know, once I came into myself and, you know, really figured out my style, you know, I'm fine. I can go anywhere. I don't care who. I don't care. Right. I could care less. You know
I love that you said that because I think a lot of people don't realize that there's more unity amongst media than separation. At least in South Florida, like, I know a lot of other markets aren't like that. Like the models are kind of divided. Photographers and media on the behind the lens side are more divided. But I would say I see a lot of unity on this side. Like, I see even people from different brands work together, embrace each other. And I think that's what it's all about. You know, like, anytime I see you, I think the world of you. You know what I mean? So I let people know, you know, like me and Slim might have similar careers, but like you said, like, you're you and not me, and the love is genuine because I respect what you do and you respect what I do. I just think that because I'm a woman and being a woman in this business is definitely has its own struggles. You know what I'm saying?
Good
like,
and bad.
No, yeah, good and bad. But when I say in this business, I mean specifically as an MC because it's very niche. There's not a lot of me's. There's like 3 of us, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And 2 of them are on major platforms. You know, so to even say, like, you know, shout out to like the Nikki Says YOLOs of the world, and you know what I'm saying, like the Sasha Fierces, like they do this, but no one's doing it at a scale like this where I'm touching 5, 6, 7 different markets. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm doing runway shows, I'm doing concerts, I'm doing private parties. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing major events, weekend events, nightclubs.
yeah.
You know, teaching now. So it's like,
No,
I think you just got to keep touching different markets, keep impacting different people.
Yeah,
until
and
it
then
pops.
something probably because you really need one person to really like you that could take you to another
Yeah.
level, and it's
I
like
think Eminem said it best. Like, you know, you just need one shot.
yeah, I need one shot.
That's it.
That's what's up, man. Well, like I said, man, this is Phoenix TV 1-on-1, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. Slim City Live hosting, interviewing Frankie Red, all right? So look out for all the things she got coming up. I want you to go all of those things that you got coming up one more time so there's no confusion. So I know you have the Red
Light TV.
Red Light TV.
Rhythm and Poetry, my
Okay.
book. I'm coming out with a second album in 2025. So look out for that. You could find and listen to the first album now. It'll just be a continuation from that original EP. And the hip hop, you know, roundtable with the Phoenix Mag, and anything that I do, you know, I always put it out there. I am going to be really hyper focused on this new educational journey. So people will see less of me. But now when I do come outside, it'll be a bigger deal because I won't be outside as much as I used to be. And I think that's
Yesterday's
all
price,
about
not
growth.
today's price. That's what she really wanted to say. Yesterday price, not today price.
Yo,
you know
by
what
the
I'm
way,
saying?
shout out to Tony Visions, man. This jacket
yeah.
is so fly. I love
Yeah.
this jacket. It's like a whole piece. I don't even want to get up and show y'all the back because y'all don't deserve it yet. Y'all got to listen to my
no.
album first, and then I'll show you the back of it.
That's what's up.
But definitely shout out to Tony.
I can say
Shout
it's
out to-
well insulated.
No, it is. It's dope. Like it got the pink fur.
Yeah.
Okay, it's cold.
Because I thought it was just here, but then I realized, oh, it's the whole and the
It's
collar.
the whole
Okay, yeah.
inside, and it got Pink Panther on the back. I think I got Bart Simpson somewhere on
Yeah.
here. Like down here. I'm telling you, look, I love custom pieces. This is a one of one. Tony
Yeah.
Visions, you did that. You making me look fly on my interview. I love you, bro.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate y'all so much. Keep it locked around for more coming your way. Phoenix Mag TV 1-on-1.
That's all, folks.